was transitioning from writing blog articles because that was where I started with. I transitioned from writing blog articles, like blog articles are informational articles where you just give an information about something. It could be about maybe a phone. You just write about the phone model. Techno 261 is a phone that was manufactured by Techno. The specifications are this. An average writer could do that, but a persuasive writer is a writer that would write and move you to make a purchase or move you to take an action. It could be to sign up on something and everything. So that was the writing I felt will make you the most money. Aside the fact that it's going to make you more creative, it's going to make you think deeper, it's going to make you the most money because most internet marketers out there, they are looking for writers that could handle their email list, for instance, or help them to create a sales page. So I transitioned into that. When I was transitioning into that was when I was reading lots of emails. So that was basically how I learned this to an extent. And I've not done it officially. That's why I always tell people that I'm not into marketing. I'm not, I tell people that so that I'll wake them up. Then if I come up with anything, you're not going to say otherwise, like, oh, he boasted that he was into marketing. See what he's doing. So what I do is I do more like a defensive, like I don't know about this thing that much, but let me try. Then when I try, you're now going to appreciate the effort. Like, wow, you did well. Rather than presenting myself like, oh, I'm the alpha and omega, I can do this. I'm that person. No, I don't do that. I try as much as possible to create that balance. So that's why I tell people that I'm not into marketing, and sincerely, it's not my field. And I'm trying to delve into I'm trying to delve into sales, like, sell. So I'm reading lots of books on sales, but I've not attended any official class. I've not bought any course. I've not done anything officially on sales. The only thing I've done officially, I'm sorry, on sales is read, implement. So I help lots of there. I think I have about 4 clients I was writing emails for. I think before 2023. I did it till last year. I had to quit so I can focus on my own project. So what I'm doing now is I'm applying that skill, that persuasive writing skill. I connected it to my own business, the business of website brokering, because you need to persuade someone to sell to them because we're selling a website, and websites are expensive, most of them. You see a website that is up to $50K, 40. You don't just wake up and tell someone, come and buy, and they buy. So I'm applying it to my own business. That's why I had to leave some of those clients I was working for. But basically, I learned, it was like it was a knowledge I learned by myself. Like I had to read a lot. I had to read lots and those ones are more practical. But I think I'm going to make it official. So that's basically it. And anybody that is listening to this, if you really want to get so good at crafting those good headlines or that will drag attention, or writing personalized messages, maybe you go to someone's DM, you want to read a whole lot of emails. You're going to learn a lot. Just subscribe to emails of these guys that's selling because they hire the best copywriters in the world to write for them. You see, so you're just going to be learning indirectly for free.
What was your study routine like as you were learning these sales? Of course, some people will be comfortable with the fact that they can write. They will just have the mindset that I can write. There's nothing else someone is going to teach me. You understand? And when they even attempt to learn, in the way you teach yourself, the skill is different from when you have somebody coaching you. So I believe that you must have like a routine, the way you structure your learning process so that you can be able to achieve your aim at the end of the day.
Okay. The thing with me is most times I don't have hacks. I don't have like hacks that help me to do stuff because I've always told myself that the level of your seriousness would equate your income. Anything that comes into your pocket or any level you've attained, it might be maybe based on influence, it could be based on mastery, maybe how you've mastered something over time. It could be it could be it could be anything out there. It could be financial, it could be maybe family. You understand? Maybe the success of your marriage. For instance, let me use marriage. The success of a marriage, it goes a whole long way. Everything the effort you put into making that marriage work matters a lot. So if you put little effort and you're definitely going to get little results. So I've had that mindset that if I have to wait to maybe make a routine or something that is going to drive me every time and the rest, in the next 10 years or in the next 5 years, I will not be relevant anymore. Something I
Hmm.
would have done when I had so much time. You understand? It takes nothing for anybody to not be relevant again. You know, you just move into the thin air and people forget about you. So I think that's enough reason why you should wake up. But the thing I do is I give myself I can call it like call it a hack. So what I do is I'm a very focused person. I don't know if it's something that came to me naturally or is a gift. I don't know. I'm a very
Hmm.
focused person. Like I could do something for 10 years, one thing. You
You know,
understand?
you
And
say you can do something
yeah,
for what?
I could do one thing like this for 10 years. I could do one thing for 5 years without looking at something else. You understand?
Hmm.
That's me. And it's something that it came naturally. If you notice, my my content pattern goes always goes in one way. I don't switch. Like I don't talk about relationship today, talk about politics tomorrow, talk about maybe religion, you understand, or
Yeah.
maybe celebrity gist. I stick to what I share. It shows how focused I am. You know, nothing moves me out there. That's me. So I don't know, like I said, I've been that kind of person unconsciously, even before I became this intentional. I've been that kind of person that if I put my mind to something, if you don't see me doing something, then it's something that was never of interest to me. So what I do is I give myself a specific time frame. I could say for the next 3 months, I'm going to learn this. And that 3 months, if I realize that every morning I wake up, social media is going to distract me, then I might just decide that okay, for 3 months I'm not going to do social media and I'm going to stick to it. You know, if I realize it's something else, it might be something physical, it might be someone, maybe a physical distraction, then I'm going to cut off the person at that point.
Hmm.
You understand? Yeah, I do it a lot. There are sorry, mid last month, there's a project I'm about launching, you know, a platform I'm about launching. Very soon I'll launch it. So I realized that I've been pushing it since February. Like I've been, you know, going back and forth about it. I woke up one morning and I said, no, I'm going to get 50% of that project done before end of June. I left social media. Like I didn't care. I just left it. No one knew when I left. I just left. And when I got back, people didn't know I just left 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, I achieved about 70% of that project. The remaining 30%, the reason why I couldn't achieve it was for finances, but that I'll have to. So I'm working towards the finances. The finances comes up, I might go off again maybe for like 1 month because I want to achieve that thing. And it's always that thing I'm going to achieve is greater than that distraction. You understand? So
Yeah.
I give myself time. So I think that timing is something and the timing, I'm going to tell myself that if I don't get this, then I'm not going to do this. That means if I don't get this project done, that was what I told myself. I said, if I don't get this project done 70% to this point, then I'm not creating a single content on social media. Even if it takes the next
Hold
1 year, then I'm not going to come.
let me hold on. Let me just ask you this. So you mean that period you left Facebook to go and focus on your project, you weren't even posting anything at all on your Facebook wall anymore?
I wasn't even logging in, talk less of posting.
Hmm.
Like
Wow.
yeah, I uninstalled the app. You understand? I uninstalled it. I just my password is there, so when I uninstalled it, I got back and continued. When I got back, I realized I had lots of. The only thing I didn't uninstall was the messenger because I closed deals on Facebook. You understand? So I was still communicating with my clients. You understand? Here, but logging into Facebook, create content, go start scrolling through my feed, like reading people's posts. I would even for the past 2 years, I hardly scroll through my feed, like through my timeline. Let me not say 2 years, let's say 1 year plus now. Once I publish my content, I just move on to stuff, like stuff that really matter for the day. I just create the content to keep my timeline active because people visit my timeline, like lots of people. I'm talking about people that I close deals with, like the big that they come to my timeline to check me out and everything. So I just create it to keep it active. Once I publish, I might respond to one, two, three, four comments and I move on. I don't scroll through my timeline again, like engage with people. I've done all those things in the past. I've done all those things. So we should have moderation to everything. So when I do that, when I want to achieve, if I decide that I want to learn email marketing. Let's say I want to learn email marketing. I can just wake up tomorrow, or let's say I can wake up on Monday, and every day I wake up, I'll start looking for materials on email marketing. I'll do it. What I'll do is I'll give myself a time frame from now to the end of July.
Hmm.
Then I'll write out the distractions, the things that are likely to make me maybe distract me and the rest. I'll write them down, then I'll handle them. So, what are the distractions? If social media is a distraction at that point, I'll tick it off. I might uninstall the app. If my phone is going to be a distraction, maybe I might be trying to do that and trying to press. I'll keep my phone inside my other room, lock it there. You understand? And get on my laptop because I don't catch phone on my laptop. It's our mobile phones that we joke, we play and everything. We want to.
Yeah.
So
That means you
yeah.
watch
So
this comedy skit.
yeah, I do. I do because I'm human, you understand? But I have a specific time I do that. I do it every night before I sleep. Let me not say every night, most nights, I could just dedicate 30 minutes to 1 hour to it, watch, smile, laugh, and sleep off. It gives me this relief before I sleep. But I don't do it during the day. I've never clicked on a video during the day, that video icon during the day. What would I be doing, during the day? I'm supposed to be putting stuff together. I might have about maybe 20 articles to edit and
Hmm.
publish. Then I'll be watching the video of someone that makes money with their videos. You understand? And I'm losing money. I'm losing time. I'm losing money. Then this other person makes money from my views, and everything. So um, that's it. That's how I. So what I do
Let,
basically, I give myself a time frame.
the stuff you said you are building, is it a mobile application or a web app?
It's a web app. It's a platform.
Okay.
It's a platform.
So you
Yeah.
want to talk a little bit about it, at least just give us a little bit of background of what the stuff is all about.
Okay. Okay. I'll just give an insight. Yeah, like a snippet. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll be launching soon. Let's say in the next 2 months. I'm talking with a developer at the moment. Yeah. But it's a project that I hold dear to my heart. Like it's a project I want to really get. I want to get it done because it's going to help lots of people. It's going to help lots of people. It's going
So
to be
is it
solving a problem actually.
is it like a freelancing platform, just like Upwork or stuff like that?
Okay, it's actually a people's is a directory. The directory for people, you know, like how would I put this? When a business directory where people go to list their businesses. People
Yeah.
list their businesses, have their contacts, their maybe their phone contacts, email, website, and the rest. you know so I realized that people go to Google and they could type your name. They are trying to find something about you, and you realize that your social media profiles will pop up, which is not enough. You understand?
Mm.
Because people can someone can create David Ugo. In short, if you go to Facebook now and type your name, you're likely to see 10 other names like yours.
Of
You
course.
understand?
Of course.
So there is no credibility attached to that name, especially
Mm.
when you're not someone of influence. Maybe you're not a celebrity where they go to Google and type your name, then they now find your Wikipedia page. You understand? How many persons can go on Wikipedia and have their names on there? No, you understand? So something happened. It was, I think, in February. I lost a deal. I lost the website brokering deal because my clients couldn't find almost nothing about the seller. You understand? And yeah, the deal was busted. So instead of whining, the usual me, I would never complain about stuff. I would always want to like, okay, this thing has happened. What's like the lesson? So it happened. I was paying because the money, the commission would have been reasonable. It's a reasonable commission I would have come in. So I said, this is a problem. Like people cannot go to Google and really find information about people. You understand? Like have their information, access them, see reviews that people have written about them. So I said, okay, this is a solution. Sorry, is a problem that needs to be solved. So I was thinking, I wanted to start on an international level, like create a platform where people can list their profiles and get seen on Google search. You understand?
Mm.
But I said no. Internationally, it's going to be weighty. You understand? It's going to be really weighty. It's going to be maybe. Let me just start local. Let me start with my people. You understand? So I said, okay, let me start with the Nigerian population. Let me start with Nigerians. If I can get, even if it's 5% of Nigerians are online, to create their profiles there. It's just going to be our own directory. Like
Mm.
if you want to find anything, any information on any Nigerian, you go there. They are the ones to create the profile, put their contacts, what they do, and everything. So that when you go to Google and type David Ugo, you're just going to see your profile is going to pop up. You understand? It's going to be like a classified profile about you. You're going to put all your details there. You could put so people can go there and give you reviews. Like go there and type reviews. Like I've done so deal with David and he
Mm.
delivered. They
Mm.
can even upload screenshots if they want to do. You know, they are going to write reviews about you the way people write reviews about businesses. So this is just for individuals and it's not for a specified people like for influencers and the rest. No, it's for everyone. Everyone should everyone is
Mm.
going to jump on the platform and create a profile,
Mm.
and it's going to be. I'll try as much as possible because another thing is Google. I would want Google to pick it up. You understand? To pick that.
Yeah.
So I would have to work on the SEO and everything so that when you type the person's name is going to appear the way Wikipedia does. You understand? Something like that. And it's going to be, I'll use it to indirectly sell myself, out there because I'll always be addressed as a CEO. You understand? Like I'm the CEO of this, because it's going to be big. And the selling point is that people can go there and give you reviews. So it gives you that credibility, and you're about closing a business with someone, and you tell the person, go to Google and type my name and see anything you want to say about me. It creates this credibility. People can go there, contact you. They can contact you for a job from there. You understand? Because there will be categories, categories, maybe engineers and the rest of them, medical doctors. You just see categories, but the main reason behind it is for people to appear in searches with a classified profile, Nigerians for Nigerians. Maybe
Hmm.
later, as time goes on, yeah, we could
Because
probably
other part of the other part of the world, both Africa and the West.
exactly. And it's going to help an average Nigerian because you realize that in the internet world, Nigerians are disadvantaged to an extent. Someone wants to close a deal with you, a foreigner, and they are doubting you. Like, you need to show all the proof that you're genuine and the rest of them. I've suffered
Hmm.
from it in the past. So you could just tell them, go to my, so profile. You just call the name of the platform, go to this platform, check me out, and when they go to the platform, they'll see reviews that people have given to you because you can copy your link, drop with someone, and they drop you a review. Someone you've done a job with, someone you've sold something to, someone you've delivered something to, anything.
Man, this new Instagram thread, what's your view of it about it?
I my view is quite limited because I think every other like every other person, our views are limited. It's just barely, it's not even up to 48 hours. Okay, let's see. It's not up to 48 hours yet.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
still, everyone is just, yes, everyone is doing the assumption game. Like probably this or probably the only people that have the a reasonable say on that platform are the people behind the platform,
Hmm.
the developers, Mark Zuckerberg himself. But we're just going to be doing our assumptions, like, oh, it's going to turn out like this. We don't really know their plans. But the thing there is, I from yesterday I signed up. I think it's a platform that favors the people that have grown on Instagram already. If you have good following on Instagram, it's going to favor you far better than someone that probably doesn't have good following. You understand? So it's going to it favored the people that has grown on Instagram because it was just like as you're trying to sign up, you find lots of people that have already and sent you follow. You've sent follow requests. They are waiting for you. So you sign up and you're having, let's say you have about 100K followers on Instagram. You sign up and you're having 10K persons waiting for you to follow you up there. So it's like an advantage for them. Then for the people are that they don't have good following on Instagram, then they have to up their game. They have to up their game. But the thing there is the the visibility algorithm is quite fair at the moment. Like it can favor almost anyone. Like you're signing up, you're getting like 5 to 10 followers instantly. Like it has not happened before on any platform. You understand? So they did that to get people stuck. Like like that feeling of you don't need to struggle so much to get visibility. Because at the end of the day, there are lots of social media platforms springing up. So every social media platform is looking for a way to retain people's attention by all means. So if they can retain your attention, the only way you're going to make people comfortable is to give them the assurance that they can grow in at a very short pace. It was what TikTok succeeded with. You join TikTok, you make a video, before this section that we're having now. And at the end of the section, you're having like maybe 40 views on the video. You'll be wondering, like, this is a new account I just created with the first video. How come I got this number? So TikTok now took all the attention from YouTube and Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, and everything, Snapchat. They took the attention because the algorithm was favoring everybody. Like
Hmm.
you can go on TikTok within 2 days. If you create a video that is very maybe entertaining or anything, before you know, you've gathered close to people go on TikTok within 2 weeks. They're getting close to 10,000 followers. You understand? It's just because the algorithm is not that thin, like it's very open to everyone. So I think that is the same thing Mark and his developer guys, like his team. I think they are coming up with that concept. But as time goes on, the algorithm will start becoming strict. You now have to work. You now have to work. So it's just if you're someone that is looking to maybe spread your wings on a new platform, then it's ideal that you jump on it. At least maybe you probably get your first 1,000 followers before the algorithm will start shrinking. Because if it starts being
Uh,
strict, you now need
of
to
course,
work
the
hard.
more people come in, the more people come in, the more the more the restriction in terms of the spread of somebody's content, especially if you are new and you don't have so much people following you already.
Yeah. In the next 2 to 3 months, the algorithm will start. You discover that you need to start creating good content for you to get followers. You need to start optimizing your page and the rest of them. You need to get a very good professional picture. Those things that we teach that you can retain, you can get followers. So if you come in late, maybe people are talking about it now, and you're signing up by December, it might not be as easy as this. Plus the fact that lots of people would have learned how to use it. You'll see
Mm.
courses everywhere. You'll be seeing courses like how to grow on trade in 24 hours. Those courses will be coming up. You see hacks, you see tips. People will be making all everything out of it. So, and anyone that doesn't want to jump on it is fine. Because I wouldn't have jumped on it if I was very active on other platforms. I'm not active on LinkedIn. I'm not active on Twitter.
Yeah, I read something you wrote, I think
That
yesterday
what?
or day before yesterday. You are not active on, I think, LinkedIn. That you only post content on LinkedIn once or
Yeah,
twice in a month.
yeah. And the reason why I'm not active on other platforms is because of what I told you. I'm a very focused person.
Hmm.
I can focus on. I've been focusing on Facebook for like 3 years now, and I've not been
Hmm.
building on other platforms. You know, I can't say it's right or it's wrong, but the thing there is, I know that if you build on one platform for a very long time, and you gain authority and everything, you can move your followers, you can move your audience to any other platform that you want to get serious with. Like you can easily move them. You're not going to struggle on a new platform unless you really want to build from scratch on that platform. Maybe you want to test, because the thing about moving your audience to a new platform is that when you move them to a new platform, you don't have the you don't have the privilege of knowing what works and what doesn't work, because
Hmm.
you just have followers, people following you, and you're likely to take most of your old content and start with people's in them and everything. So you think it's that easy, and you cannot teach someone else how you got to 5,000 followers in less than 1 month, for instance, or 10,000 followers, because you moved them, you didn't build them
One
from.
platform
So
to
yeah, so what I do is if I want to get serious on LinkedIn tomorrow, for instance, I'm not going to tell people follow me on LinkedIn. I'm not going to do that.
hmm.
Follow my LinkedIn page, connect with me. I'm not going to do that. I'll go there and start from nothing. I'll go there and start from nothing so I can learn how to build on that platform. Because building comes in different, like all platforms, you cannot to go on Twitter to start building. Then I'm going to start from scratch, which is what I actually did. Because between 1st of January to 30th of January, I've gotten about 500 followers.
In 1 month, that's 30 days.
Yeah, and I would have gotten if I wanted to get close to 5K.
So you were talking about you said you could have gotten more than 500 if not for, you were about saying something when the network started hanging. So when you were talking about the Twitter experience, how you were able to grow your Twitter subscribers from 0 to 500 within 30 days. Those periods you were publishing, like how many content were you publishing on Twitter daily?
I was publishing two tweets every day. Morning, night, morning, night. The way I do on Facebook.
Like, what was your drive? Because the thing you are able to achieve, you know, being able to focus your mind, being laser focused, and just doing what you have to do, not minding how whether you feel like doing it. Because I don't think there's anybody, no matter how good you are with writing, I don't think anybody will just every day you just write like two, three times in a day and publish on social media. There must be something driving you, to achieve this whole thing. You are able to achieve. So, what is the drive? What is the push behind all this?
All right. There was a post I made. I think that was middle of this week. The post I made that post. I said something. I said 1,000 persons 1,000 persons plan to build on social media. Then
I read
ninety
it.
percent, yeah, 90%, yeah, so 90% start.
Hmm.
Sorry, no, I said 1,000 people plan to build on social media. 90% never get to start. Then 9%, that means you have 10% left, right? Then
Yeah,
inside the
yeah.
10%, 9% would start and they are going to likely give up within 6 to 12 months. You understand?
Hmm.
That means we have 1% left. The 1% left are the people that we admire. The people
Hmm.
would say, wow, this guy is lucky. This guy is something else. Oh, more, this guy has this so much, this guy is getting this kind of results. That's like the 1%. And it happens in every facet of life. It's not just on social media, everywhere. Every facet of life. It happens in our classrooms. You put you have all the kids, in the same classroom, maybe their primary school, secondary school, in the university it happens. You realize that 1% would always succeed.
Hmm.
After your university level, you realize it's 1% everywhere. 1%, 1%. And the 1% is not a thing of luck. Like I would always tell people, I don't believe in luck. If people call you lucky, that means you've done something to attain that title,
Hmm.
to you've done something to get to that point, or someone would have done it on your behalf. But there must be a process to that thing. Just like
Hmm.
we say Americans are lucky. Oh, they are living in a good country. Most of the things that their environment and everything, people in the UK, people in those European countries, they have enabling environment, they have things, they have that. But people died, people sacrificed their life for these people to be enjoying what they're enjoying. So it's not luck. Someone did it for them.
Hmm.
You know, the same way you see the children of the rich, you understand? You call them lucky kids. Like, oh, these guys are lucky. Their dad did what they have to. So there was a process somewhere. You understand? Maybe most of those rich kids, you realize that their parents were maybe their papa feed on the sleep for on that bridge. Maybe their father slept under the bridge for like maybe 6 months or 1 year in the
Hmm.
city before he started making, but the kids are now reaping the benefits of. So you
The
call them lucky
sacrifice of their
kids.
dad.
Exactly. I have a friend in Port Harcourt that when he came to Port Harcourt, today he has built his own house.
Hmm.
He has several lands, in Port Harcourt. When he came to Port Harcourt, he slept in a church for I think for about 4 5 months, almost 6 months.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, he was homeless. I know him firsthand. I'm not telling you a Nollywood story. Like I know him. We even spoke this morning. And he has a family now. He has. I'm even more privileged compared to him because I was born in Port Harcourt. I like things were not that hard for me, but that was not his case. But his children now, you can call them, lucky kids, or you can
Rich
call them
kids.
Ajebo, rich kids, because they are living in their father's house. They don't know that their father slept so place,
Hmm.
for so time. So anything you see a process would have. So what I do is my drive. I think my drive is basically my drive will be different from the drive of other people out there because what caused me to get this serious was I would say I wasted my 20s. You understand? Like I was so limited. I limited myself in my 20s a lot. I didn't do stuff. You understand? I didn't do stuff maybe for the level of my intelligence, as people would say that, oh no, so you're very intelligent and the rest. I didn't equate my I didn't put my intelligence into work when I was in my
Hmm.
20s. And it affected me, backfired, you know. So I'm trying to tell myself that okay, what you couldn't achieve in your 20s, you can do it in your 30s. It's not going to be as easy. It would have been, if it was earlier before now, it would have been fine. It would have been awesome. But I have this dream, you know, I have this dream to be on the world stage. You
Hmm.
understand? But maybe I would have acquired that dream. I would have achieved it like 50% in my 20s. So I'll always tell myself when I had to start my life all over again, I would always tell myself that if you miss it this time,
Hmm.
you're not going to get it right again. Like, so that thing kept ringing in my head, especially when I started all over again in 2019. I started all over again. Like, I abandoned everything, left my city, you know, went to a new city, a new location, and started from zero again.
Hmm.
So the drive was that if you miss it this time, you're not going to get it right again. You're just going to be a mediocre, you know,
Hmm.
and you're going to be that kind of mediocre that tells people that I would have done this. You know, that mediocre that goes around telling people that I would have been this person, I would have been this person, I would have done this, I would have done this,
Yeah.
but they never got, yeah, they never were that, they never got to be in that position. You know, they
Hmm.
never had to get in that dream and everything. So I don't want to be a miserable mediocre. You know, there are some mediocres, there are some people that they are mediocres and they are fine with their mediocrity, like they are fine. And I won't blame them
Funny
because they are
enough, no.
very
So I think even some of them is like I suspect they don't even know they are mediocre because if you talk with some
exactly.
people like that, they think they know everything. I don't even understand.
Yeah,
They think
you're
they know
right.
everything. Just recently, I now came up with an idea. I said, if you tell a madman that he's mad, he will never believe that he's mad. In fact, he will attack you for calling him a madman. I
Yeah,
don't even understand. So I think that's
you're
the
right.
thing. I think I think the what makes it different between the average guy out there and the great guy is their level of awareness. Because if you are not aware of something, like you will just do what you think is what you are supposed to do, but what you are doing may not be the right way.
Yeah, yeah. And
So
I think
awareness, okay.
another thing is your openness to being to corrections, your
Hmm.
openness to, yeah, if you're not open to learning, it's going to be a very big problem. Like, you know, it might be a problem for life. So I'm this kind of person that I think is one attribute that I have that has helped me a lot, you know. I'm very open to learning. Like I've realized that we're going to do this learning thing till we exit. That means
Hmm.
even if we live for 1,000 years, then we're going to learn for 1,000 years. So I just open to everything. That's why I make out time for these conversations. And there's another thing I realized about sharing so much. Whenever you share, you become more intelligent. You know,
Hmm.
you realize that you never knew that you knew that thing you're sharing about. You know, sometimes you feel you are too knowledgeable and you start sharing. The moment you start sharing, you realize that you're more knowledgeable than you think, you know, then it starts building you. Like I said, I don't know if I told you the last time, I talk with people a lot. I jump on clarity sections, you know, I ask people
Yeah,
come
you
with their
mentioned it.
problems. That thing has taught me most of the, you know, I create content around mindset and the rest. The reason why I could come up with those kind of content is because I study people now. I study human behavior so much
Hmm.
that, and how do I study them? Not from books. I study them directly because I talk with people. I'm not, I don't go to Google and type human behavior. That's why if you see most of the threads I create, if I create a thread like, 11 ways to do this, read it in the comment section. There are things I've gathered from, all from talking with people. I now
Hmm.
know human behavior. And if you can learn human behavior, you're going to you're going to be one of the greatest humans ever, because
Man.
at the end of the day, humans have these things we're looking for. You're looking for money in the hands of people,
Of
so you cannot
course.
learn. If you don't learn people, you're learning how to make money. You're not learning how to relate with the people that are giving you the money. It becomes a
Hmm.
problem. So before you start all your sales, whatever, you want to learn how to sell better, you want to learn the tactics, all the tips, all the strategies, learn human psychology.
Hmm.
The moment you learn it, everything falls in place. I made a post, I think that was last week. I made a post. I said, if you give a Bible and a life jacket to a pastor, by intuition, by the situation of things, he's going to accept the life jacket. He's not even going to see that that is a Bible that you're giving to him, because it's about survival at that point.
Hmm.
You understand? So the same thing applies to our sales game. You want to sell to someone, you should watch their mood, because it matters a lot. I cannot be mourning and you're coming to sell gown. Maybe you're coming to sell shoes to me. I cannot be mourning the death of my dad or my mom or my uncle or my kid or my wife or anybody close to me, and you're coming to sell luxury to me. At that point, if you're coming to sell coffin, you're coming to sell coffin to me, I would listen to you because I need it at that point.
Hmm.
I needed to put the corpse inside and bury, right?
Yeah.
So does it mean that I don't like shoes or I don't like clothes? No, but that is not the right time. Another instance I would always give is, you are someone is let's say church. A church is holding their fasting and whatever, and maybe at the end of the fasting, maybe they did it for like 7 days, and at the end of the fasting, someone comes to sell Bibles to them. Another person comes to sell food inside the church. They would they wouldn't even look at the person selling the Bible. Everyone will be focused on the food because that is a need at that point. You know,
Hmm.
so we would think that, oh, they should need this because they are Christians. No, we're talking about what the body needs at that point. Our spirituality and the rest of their spirituality at that point is dead. Anything
Hmm.
that has to do with thinking is dead. They just want to survival. You understand? That's why when you sell people, okay, let me give you an instance. If you want to sell something to someone, let's say you want to sell um, fire extinguisher to someone that his house is not on fire, you'll be selling it as a prevention tool. Like,
Hmm.
buy this fire extinguisher, keep it in your house. It's going to help you to prevent fire when fire burns. You're selling it to the person knows that that is the job of a fire extinguisher, and they know where to get it. Like, why are you telling me about what I know? I know where to get. They might even tell you that one of my younger brother, the seller, or maybe my uncle or my friend. One of my friends sell the same, so I wouldn't need it. But if that same person hears that maybe there's an emergency, they call the person like, oh, your house is on fire, your children and your kids are inside. You know, maybe the man is driving down home, and the fire extinguisher person, maybe someone that sells fire extinguisher by the roadside, you know, maybe hawking fire extinguisher. I'm just using that instance.
Yeah. Yeah.
At that point, if the person tells this man that the fire extinguisher is for 500K, he's going to buy. Maybe the
Hmm.
usual amount is maybe 10,000. So all these things are psychology. You see people's mood. That means you should always find yourself where people need your stuff. You should not find yourself in the midst of people that you need to convince to buy. You know,
Hmm.
you should find yourself in the midst of people that this is like, if you don't buy this, something is going to happen. And there are always those kind of people, you know. You would always find, the only thing is to, you need to, for instance, sometimes they don't need to be in that situation. Sometimes you put that situation into their imagination
Hmm.
for them to, yeah. So if I want to sell fire extinguisher to someone that is relaxed, like the person doesn't have any fire incident yet, you know, if I want to sell fire extinguisher to you, then I'm going to put that picture to your head, the picture of having your kids burnt when you're not home, or having your
Hmm.
house burned to ashes when you're not home, or having something destroyed, you know, when you're not home, because there is no fire extinguisher to put off the fire first. Because
Hmm.
fire, you know, if a fire incident starts, it starts from small. It could be that it started
Yeah.
from the curtain, or so it's not going to just take the whole house at once instantly. So at least fire extinguisher can put off the fire at that, at a stage, you know, that kind of thing. So you're
Hmm.
going to put that picture, that imagination into the person's head. The person is relaxed, is not, there's no emergency or anything. But if you can use your level of how you've understood human psychology, because people are afraid of consequences. They don't care about the benefit of stuff, you know, the benefit of anything. So you tell them that fire extinguisher can help you to prevent fire. They know that. Everyone knows that.
So
So
you
don't,
just have to
you're
put
not
them
telling
in a
them
state. You just have to put them in a state of knowing, that they
the
need this thing and they
consequence.
need it now.
You no, you're going to tell them the consequence of not buying. You
Hmm.
know, so if you don't buy, this is what would likely happen, and if it happens, you might need it, and you would not be able to find it. You know,
Hmm.
imagine if this thing is happening, and you don't have a fire extinguisher in your house. What would you do? You would lose this, and at the end of the day, you might buy it for a higher price. So you're putting that consequence in their head. You know, so, and it happens with almost everything out there, except luxury items, you know, except things that people buy out of want that they
Hmm.
don't need. uh Those ones they just decide to buy. You could attach class, you know, like, oh, buy these shoes. When you buy these shoes, you can, maybe it's going to give you access to the big boys and the rest. You can sell with that emotion. But there are some things that you sell with consequence, like, this is a consequence of not buying. It's just
Hmm.
like weight loss. You know, if you're coming out there to tell everyone that, oh, losing weight would help you to live better, it will help you to eat, to sleep better. Those things are common knowledge. You know, you start telling them the consequences of not losing weight. If
Hmm.
you don't lose weight one day, maybe so thing might happen, and you suffocate and you go. Or maybe I you can start with a story like in 1990 or in 2016, an overweight lady was doing this, and this happened to her, and she lost her life like this. You put that scare in their body, you know, you put the consequences, and you see them. People are scared of consequences, you know.
Bro, somebody watching now, you may be thinking, is this not manipulation? Like, it's like you are trying to manipulate somebody to buy your product by putting that fear in their mind.
No, manipulation is, I think manipulation is when you're giving false information to get people to buy. You understand? But
Hmm.
if you come with your stats, you know, you come with your stats, you come with your statistics, and those statistics are real, and you're being, because you're helping them, sincerely speaking, because it can happen. Can the can the fire incident not happen? It can. It
Of
can happen in any
course.
house. Can an overweight person not, maybe something happens and the person suffocates? Can it not happen? It has
It
happened
will.
severally. So you're helping them, you're coming, but you're reminding them of what will happen. That means you're coming as a helper. But
Hmm.
manipulation is when you come with lies. You know, you tell them what is not obtainable just to get their money and the rest. I think that's manipulation, and that's what I don't advise people to do because it's dishonesty. But when you remind people, sometimes you need just like for instance, before I left Port Harcourt, the reason why I left Port Harcourt started all over again. Someone had to tell me something, you know, like it was someone had to tell me stuff. Like he told me the truth, and that truth was what changed my life.
Hmm.
But he did it in a very insultive way. Like he
Hmm.
insulted me, but his insult, he was trying to help me, but he didn't present it well. I'm wasting. He was trying to tell me that I'm too intelligent to be here, because then I was fixing computers, I was fixing laptops and everything. So I'll wake up in the morning, go to my. I was even sharing a small space with someone, like he gave me for free. You understand? So I'll go there,
Hmm.
and every day I was just doing like a routine. Every day I'll go there. I was not doing any other thing to make money. I was just waking up and hoping that maybe one day things will just change. You understand? I'll just make billions and everything, And I was really wasting time. I was whiling away. I was wasting. But that
Hmm.
guy came. He came to fix computers that day, and we had a conversation. I was telling him lots of things, like we were having conversation, and I read a lot. You understand? So I know a lot. I was telling him about the UK. He was born in the UK actually. Like he's a Nigerian that was born in the UK. So we're having this conversation about the UK. So I was telling him lots of stuff about the UK that he never knew about, and he
Hmm.
was like, "Have I traveled out?" I said, "No." He said, "Wow, like guy, you're too good, Like at a point, he got like there's this anger that came over him. He was like, "You're wasting here. You're really messing up. Why are you here?" Like this guy said lots of things.
And he doesn't know
you
you
know,
before.
he doesn't know me before. Like he said, I was wasting. Like why would you be wasting here when people need your level of intelligence out there? But he said it in a very harsh way. Like that's the harshest. If I should use the word harshest, I don't know if it's correct English or not, but that's like the rudest approach I've had about my situation ever in my life. Like
Hmm.
the guy washed me like cloth, dried me for outside.
Hmm. Hmm.
He was saying lots of things. He said, "Now how am I?" He asked, "How much do I earn here?" I told him approximately because now it's in a handwork now, so we don't have a specific figure. I just
Fixed
told him that between
price.
this and he said I should get out. Like I'm really messing up. What am I doing here? That I'm stupid. The guy talk. Oh, hi.
Hmm.
Nah. When he was done talking like this, I we closed. I think that was close to 8 o'clock. He was the last client that came for job for a work that day. So took my bag and I was going home. I was inside the taxi. I was going home. I was crying. You understand? I was shedding tears like this. I say, God,
God.
sincerely speaking, my life is really empty. Like, what am I doing with all the intelligence, all the things I've gathered, all the knowledge? I've read a lot. I'm just wasting.
Hmm.
So, why am I doing this? Like, I wake up, the money I get is just for feeding. And I was squatting with my brother. I was
Hmm.
squatting with my elder brother. I was squatting with someone in his office. So I'm a squatter. You understand? And I was approaching, I think I was 29 or 30 then. You
Hmm.
understand? So it was like, you have all this, but you can't use it for nothing. So he told me the truth, but it came in a way
In
that
a
the
harsh
delivery was
way.
not top. Yeah.
Now, let me ask, this is not a peculiar situation. Most brilliant people are
Yeah.
like that. They know a whole lot, but for some reason, they are just, living a life that is below the standard they should be living based on what they know. What do you think leads to this type of situation?
Yeah. It's called information overload. You
Hmm.
understand? It's just like when you take an overdose of a drug. You understand? The effect is that it's not going to do what it's supposed to do. It's going to now cause further harm. So
Hmm.
it's information overload. And the thing about information overload is it comes with this ego. You understand? Comes with this ego. This ego that you think that no one knows anything except you. or
Hmm.
no one can put you in place. You understand? Except
Hmm.
so you know so much, and you know so much. You fed it just like, for instance, um, you have a basket of oranges, and you're going maybe down a steep, and the orange, maybe something happens, maybe something you kick your you hit your leg against something, and all the
Feel
oranges,
of.
they keep rolling down that steep. Maybe it's like a hill like
Hmm.
this. So they keep rolling down. And at that point, you're trying to hold all the, to pick, get all the oranges. When you're trying to hold all those oranges, you lose all the
Hmm.
oranges. You might not be able to get even one.
Hmm.
But if that happens, let's say you hit your leg against that stone or anything down that, and those oranges are rolling down. If you target one of those oranges, at least one, you're going to get one of them.
Hmm.
Like you forget the other ones are rolling down. You say, I must get one of these oranges. You're going to get one. But when you're trying to hold all the oranges as they are rolling down, you're not going to get anyone because you're focused on getting 20 oranges that are rolling down. First, you
Hmm.
cannot hold all because it's a hill. So when you pick one, so that's what these guys do. They want to, everyone, it happened to me, like I said. So I'm not saying because I'm looking down on anybody. I've been a victim of it. So you come online, they tell you about affiliate marketing, tell you about e-commerce, tell you about digital marketing, tell you about, you know, you wake up every morning, maybe you bought a course on all these, in all these fields like digital marketing, affiliate marketing, this, bought a course on all these things, and you wake up in the morning, you log into your laptop or you open your laptop or your phone, you're reading this course, you now remember that this other one is there. Oh, hi, make I go that one, I'll come back to this one. You open your affiliate marketing, you say, hey, e-commerce, that course where I buy for e-commerce, you open that one. Before you know, your 24 hours is gone. You wake up
Hmm.
the next day, you continue the same cycle. At a point, you're going to conclude that all the ones you have, they are not working. Then you start looking for new stuff. You come online, you're
Hmm.
looking for the next person that wants to sell a course, and you buy another course. You might even be doing all this out of an empty wallet. Maybe you're borrowing money from people to do all this. And at the end of the day, you're trying to hold all the oranges and you're holding none. But the
Hmm.
thing about these people is that they know so much because they know if you start telling them about digital marketing, they are going to tell you everything because they follow all the best guys in digital marketing. They have all they are on their email list. They follow them on social
Hmm.
media. They join all the Twitter spaces where they discuss. They join all the Facebook live sections. They copy Nonso's post. They copy David's post. They'll copy your post, copy my post, copy everybody's post, put in their notepad. They don't read it. They don't get to read it. They scream value, value, value everywhere. Anything you share is valuable. They scream value and they are looking for the new value to pick. So they
Hmm.
pick, 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 pick. As madman they take pick now. I call it digital madness. You know, a mad
Hmm.
a madman picks and picks and picks stuff, and they take it, carry it along, and funny enough, they don't need everything that they are carrying along. It. If a madman, you see madman, if you open their bag wey dem dey
They
carry,
will
that's
carry
where
all
they heavy
sort of
them.
things. Yeah, yeah,
And e dey heavy them. Oh,
yeah.
no be say
Yeah, of course.
dem use motor dey carry am, like they are walking on their foot with that
Hmm.
heavy stuff. Open that bag, look inside, and nonsense full inside. You just realize that
Hmm.
they don't need any of these things. So these people online, they do the same thing. They pick, 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 gather everything, and they don't need any of this stuff. Then you go to their laptop and this thing. You go to their laptop, you realize that they have over 1 billion ebooks on different things. They've not implemented an inch. You understand? Then you go to their phones, you realize that they have videos on different courses. They have watched so many YouTube videos. They know so much. They know so much. They know more than the people that are making millions. You
Hmm.
understand? But the difference between them and the people that are making millions is the people that are making millions wake up every day to do something
Hmm.
peculiar. So if you wake up every day and tell yourself that I'm going to learn about digital marketing for 12 months without looking sideways, even if they follow you from village, you go succeed. Don't be joke. You would. This is
Hmm.
not, that's the only secret to success. If you wake up every morning and tell yourself that I'm going to do this for 6 months or 1 year without looking left or right, you're going to succeed. That's like the cure. So I've told
Hmm.
you the reason and I've told you the cure. The cure is focusing, you know. The reason is because you they pick, and funny thing is that most of these things are being picked for free. You understand? Someone is holding a master class on content creation, you jump because it's free. You jump into it.
Hmm.
Another person is holding a affiliate marketing, you jump into it, free, free, free. You pick. The ones you buy for 1,500, you're everywhere and you're nowhere. You see, at the end of the day. So that's like the problem. But the luck I had was when I came online, I I decided that I'm going to be focused. So I've not had that problem online, like the problem of jumping online. I've not had it, but offline I had it. I was trying. I was reading so much. I was gathering so much knowledge and everything, and it was just worthless.
Hmm.
So when I was going back home that day, I was shedding tears. I had to I had to take a decision, a drastic decision that day. A decision that probably changed everything. That day was the day I told myself that okay, I think it's time for me to stop everything and start my life all over again. You understand? That was the day I took
Hmm.
that decision. But it was because someone had to present it
Put
that way.
you in place.
Yeah. Like I
Hmm.
said, he wasn't manipulating me. He was just being real. It's just that he needed to put that fire under my buttocks. If he didn't do it that way, I've made a post before where I said sometimes you need an insult to really change your life around. I was talking back to myself. All this
Man.
petting, sometimes people pet you like, hey, stop doing this. Sometimes you just need that someone needs to tell you stuff that will hit your bone
Hmm.
so that you sit back and think about your life. Once in a while, I make those kind of posts. I make posts that hit people. You know,
Hmm.
I'm not that kind of I'm not that harsh with words. But once in a while, maybe once in a year or twice in a year, I make that kind of post. I think I made it around March. I made a very strong post, like about people that are really wasting their time. I had about 50 persons that came to my DM because of that post. They
Hmm.
told me that the post crippled them. Like imagine say you read post finish, like life come, you can't like say like waiting at they do. You understand? Because I was addressing people that come, you come to social media, you're wasting, things are not working in your life, but you're doing action faking. What is
Hmm.
action faking? You're not taking action, you're faking it. You come and you take
Hmm.
all the congratulations, like, you take one small award here and there, you come, so people will give you congratulations and everything. And you go back to your reality. There's always a reality waiting for you there,
Hmm.
but you're the only person that knows that reality. But when I started the post, I started with a story, like a story about me. I said, these glasses, when I was doing these glasses, that was how I started the story. When I did these glasses, the the optician was asking me questions like, can you see those letters? Because I'm short sighted. Can you see those
Hmm.
letters on the wall? Can you see A? Can you see B? So when he was asking me that question, I was giving him the right answers. The reason why I was giving him the right answers was not because I couldn't lie, but I was telling him the right answers because it's for my own good. If I
Hmm.
tell him wrongly, then he's going to give me the wrong lens,
Hmm.
and the wrong lens is going to kill my eyesight further. So
Hmm.
whether I tell him right or wrong, it's my business. He's going to recommend a lens based on my feedback.
Hmm.
So I gave him all the answers, all the right answers, and he gave me the best lens, which is what I use today. I'm using it to see and everything. So I started with that story. I now connected it to social media wasters, time wasters. I said, like the glass, like the optician needed those feedback, those honest feedback from me. Tell yourself today, honestly, are you really doing well on here? You wake up every morning, you scroll, and you shout all the value, all the bam, bam, bam. You bam everybody's post, you copy people's posts, you save it, you don't do nothing with it. You're so
Hmm.
broke. You're so broke that you can't even feed, you can't even do your data, and you're wasting time here. How
Hmm.
about living here for like 6 months or 3 months? Go get results. Nothing
Hmm.
is going to get missing. You're not going to miss nothing by leaving social media. Nothing. You're not going to miss nothing. Nothing. You're not going to miss a
Rather, you are
thing.
going to gain.
You're going
Rather,
to
you are
gain. You're
going to
going to come
gain
back with
because you,
something.
when you come back, Facebook will still be there, YouTube will still be there, and if they are not there, other platforms will come and take over their place. So there will always be a social media waiting for you to come back when you are done, getting results somewhere else.
Like, yeah, like I said, you're not going to miss anything because we are all creating almost the same kind of content. We're
Hmm.
almost saying the same thing, everybody the same day. Every day we are saying almost the same thing. It's either we are telling you to be disciplined or we are telling you not to give up. We're telling you to change your mindset. Waiting again, there's no new thing out there. We're just
And
using it
bro,
to keep ourselves busy now.
sometimes one can get into these things, and it gives you this fake impression that you are busy, but you are not busy. You are just
Yeah,
consuming content, whether is a book or anything. But I think where you are driving at is, in spite of learning, in spite of trying to acquire knowledge and all that, but it still end at applying what you have learned, applying it to get real results.
exactly. Being productive and being busy, they are never the same.
Hmm.
I'm productive. It means that if I wake up every day and I'm using 1 hour in a day to do something, if I use 1 hour in a day and do something and get 10,000 naira, then I use the remaining 23 hours to joke and play. It's fine because I know I'm going to get 10,000 naira whenever I dedicate my 1 hour to that thing. It's productivity. But I wake up and in 24 hours, I'm trying to act as if, oh, I'm very busy, I'm trying to do something, and I don't get 10,000 in a month, in a whole month. I'm busy and I'm not productive and I'm really wasting my life. You understand?
Hmm.
So people
Hmm.
are wasting. You understand? Yeah. So it's not about the time you act busy, it's about what comes out from it. Are you going to put 30 minutes into something and get something back? It might not be financial reward, it might be maybe getting a knowledge that is going to do, but you just wake up to one thing. And another thing is they are overwhelmed with information. So when you're overwhelmed with information, you wake up every morning, like I said, you're trying 20 things at a time. You won't take anything for 24 hours to come to an end and you've not gained anything, you know.
Hmm.
So like I would always tell people when I hold clarity sections with them, if you meet me for clarity section, that means you're confused. So we're trying to clear the path for you. So the first thing
Hmm.
I'll ask them is, um, take a piece of paper, write everything you know how to do. Some of them will start writing and they are going to write up to 20 things. Some would write 15, some would write 10 things that they can do. I've said, okay, we're going to pick one of these things, and you're going to trash the remaining nine. Let's say the person who wrote 10, you're going to trash nine, then we're going to pick one for you. That one, you're going to do it for 6 months.
Hmm.
Every day you wake up, you do it. If you do something else aside that thing, don't get back to me.
Instead of using it only on his own farm, he also gave the other his neighbors who have farms near him. He also gave them the
Mhm.
fertilizer also to fertilize their own farm. And somebody asked him why. He said that he has learned that the crops they do better if other crops around them are also doing better.
Wow,
You
that's
understand?
profound.
So
Yeah.
I think, we that knows a little bit, helping others also to know will go a long way, in making our society, be a better society. No matter how we do it, if we're helping one person or we're able to help two, three people, that will go a long way in achieving results in our society in general. So
Yeah. And
thank you
you're
very
helping
much.
yourself in the process too when you help people.
Of course, of course, of
Yeah.
course, of course. So thank you very much for your time, my brother. I really appreciate you making out the time in spite of all
Thank you
the
very much. I
technical,
do appreciate it.
So thanks a whole lot. What's the last thing you want to drop, for the people based on the headline of this our conversation, which is selling without selling. So what will be the parting word
Okay.
you will give in line with that?
My parting words will be if you if you want people to buy from you, let's say you're building on social media, because I think 99% or 100% of the people that jump on social media, they are looking to make more money. They are looking to monetize their skills. They are looking to build something and still make money. So the end point is like making money. So
Hmm.
if you want people to buy from you, sit back and ask yourself these questions. This question is a very simple question, but is the hardest question that anybody could ask themselves. Ask yourself, can I buy from me?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
if you ask yourself that question, the answer is going to give you a whole lot of insight on why you should be doing the right things. You know, you give yourself a sincere answer, because sometimes we avoid asking ourselves questions, and the day we stop asking ourselves hard questions, not just these simple questions, you ask yourself questions that will trigger something inside of you. Then you ask yourself questions like, if I were someone else, would I buy from me? Would I patronize me? Would I
Hmm.
follow me? Would I read my content? Would I enjoy? Would I do this? Would I do that with me? If you ask yourself those questions, any answer you get is going to help you a lot. If you decide to avoid giving yourself an answer, it's still your business, still your cup of tea. If you give yourself an answer, it's still your cup of tea, because whether you're building a brand or you're not building a brand, you're building a brand. So whether you intentionally wake up to build a brand, or you say, I don't care, I just want to be anything, whatever you're building out there, whatever you're doing, people will give you a brand. And they can give you the brand of that person that doesn't know what they're doing. Is a brand,
Hmm.
is a name. A confused person is a brand, is a name, is an
Hmm.
identity. Someone that is associated with fraud or anything dishonesty is an identity. Everything is an. So that means if you think you don't have an identity, the fact that you think you don't have an identity is an identity in itself. So you
Hmm.
should be intentional about the identity you portray out there, because
Man.
that is what is going to drive the sales. That is what is going to connect people to you. That is what is going to attract people to you. That is going to everything you wish for, all the breakthrough, all the prayer you wake up and pray every morning. God, God, do this for me, do this for me. Work on your inside. Those things will start coming. No be magic, no be miracle. You understand?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Man.